Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're embarking on a journey to a place where land, sea and sky meet in a spectacular, rugged dance. We're heading to the eastern edge of North America to explore the breathtaking coastline of Newfoundland, Canada. Picture this, thousands of kilometers of jagged cliffs, carved over millennia by the relentless North Atlantic. This isn't just any coastline. It's a living storybook, with each cove, each headland, and each tiny fishing village, or outport as they're known here, holding a chapter of its own. Our story begins not with a map, but with a feeling, the crisp, salty air that fills your lungs the moment you step out of your car. It's a scent of adventure, mixed with the deep, ancient smell of the ocean. The first stop on our coastal saga is the Avalon Peninsula, home to the oldest city in North America, St. John's. The city itself is a marvel, with its colorful jelly bean row houses clinging to the steep hills, all looking out over a harbor that has welcomed ships for over 500 years. But the true magic begins just outside the city. We drive along the Irish Loop, a winding road that hugs the coast. To our left, rolling green hills dotted with wildflowers. To our right, the vast, deep blue of the Atlantic, stretching out to an endless horizon. Our first major landmark is Cape Spear, the most easterly point in all of North America. Standing here at sunrise, you are literally the first person on the continent to see the light of a new day. The old lighthouse, perched on the cliff edge, stands as a silent guardian, having watched over countless sailors navigating these treacherous, beautiful waters. You can almost hear the whispers of lighthouse keepers from a bygone era, their lives dictated by the rhythm of the waves and the turning of the light. As we continue our journey, the landscape shifts and changes. We find ourselves in small communities like Petty Harbor and Bay Bulls. These aren't just picturesque villages, they're the heart and soul of Newfoundland. For generations, life here has revolved around the sea. Fishing stages, the iconic wooden structures on stilts line the water's edge, a testament to a resilient and resourceful people whose lives are interwoven with the cod, the capelin, and the moods of the ocean. Here we take a boat tour, and this is where the story gets even more dramatic. The cliffs from the water are a completely different spectacle. They rise like giants from the sea, their faces telling tales of geological time. And then, we see them. Humpback whales, majestic and enormous, breaching the surface in a display of pure, wild power. They come here every summer to feed, creating one of the most incredible wildlife shows on Earth. And let's not forget the puffins. Thousands of these clowns of the sea, with their colorful beaks and clumsy charm, nest on the coastal islands, creating a bustling, noisy, and utterly delightful scene. But the Newfoundland coastline isn't just about what's alive. It's also about what has been preserved in ice. We're heading north to an area famously known as Iceberg Alley. Each spring, massive icebergs, some over 10,000 years old, break off from the glaciers of Greenland and begin a slow, majestic journey south along the coast. Seeing one of these icy giants for the first time is a truly humbling experience. They drift silently past the headlands, their sheer size and intricate blue-veined shapes creating a surreal, almost otherworldly landscape. Locals will tell you stories of iceberg tsunamis, or harvesting the pure, ancient ice for their drinks. It's a fleeting, seasonal wonder that reminds us of the raw power and beauty of the natural world. Our journey takes us further up the coast, to places like Trinity and Bonavista. Trinity is like stepping back in time. Its perfectly preserved 18th and 19th century buildings whisper tales of a prosperous past tied to the fishery. Walking its quiet streets, you can almost hear the creak of wagon wheels and the calls of merchants from centuries ago. It was in Bonavista where explorer John Cabot supposedly first made landfall in North America in 1497. Standing at the tip of the Bonavista Peninsula, looking out at the same view he would have seen, you feel a profound connection to history, a sense of discovery that still hangs in the air. But a story about the Newfoundland coastline is incomplete without talking about its people. Newfoundlanders are legendary for their warmth and hospitality. Stop in any small outport, and you're likely to be invited in for a cup of tea and a story. Their resilience is forged from the very rock of this coast, their humor as sharp as the wind, and their kindness as vast as the ocean itself. They have a unique dialect, a lyrical, musical way of speaking that is a story in itself, full of old words and witty turns of phrase. They are the keepers of this coastline soul, the narrators of its living history. We end our journey in Gros Morne National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site on the west coast of the island. Here, the coastline tells a different kind of story, a geological epic. You can walk upon the Earth's mantle, exposed in an area called the Tablelands, its barren, rust-colored rock a stark contrast to the lush green of the surrounding park. You can take a boat tour through the Western Brook Pond, which is not a pond at all, but a massive inland fjord carved by glaciers with cliffs towering hundreds of meters on either side, and waterfalls cascading down their faces. It feels like a hidden world, a place of myth and legend. From the first light at Cape Spear to the ancient rocks of Gros Morne, the Newfoundland coastline is more than just a place on a map. It's an experience that engages all your senses. It's the roar of the ocean, the cry of the gulls, the sight of a whale's tail disappearing beneath the waves, the taste of salt on your lips, and the warmth of a story, shared with a stranger who quickly becomes a friend. It's a journey that reminds you of the wildness still left in the world, the deep history beneath our feet, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. This coastline doesn't just tell a story, it invites you to become a part of it. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible coastal adventure. I hope it's inspired you to maybe one day experience the magic of Newfoundland for yourself. If you enjoyed this journey, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, keep exploring.